here's a truth I'm going to tell you. This is if you're going to take one thing away. This is it. Anything that happens, any problem that happens, any mistake that you make, people are going to find out. Okay? That's just like a universal truth. People are going to find out. Any mistake you make, people are going to find out. The only variable in that statement is the amount of time it takes for people to find out. Okay? You burn popcorn in the microwave, what does that take? About, I don't know, 12 seconds? Yeah. Okay? You're the one that micros last night's salmon. 10 seconds, we find out. Okay? I take my department to lunch and it happens to cost $5,000. That probably takes about, I don't know, 6 days for somebody to find out. Okay? So there's this length of time. So when you make a mistake, where the learning lesson is, own up to it as quickly as possible. So my first job in advertising was at this agency that did like shopping mall catalogs for like South Coast Plaza and Perfect Bound, different kinds of catalog books. And I'd previously worked at a sheet fed printer, so I knew printing a bit, but I had never ever worked on web printing. So now I'm a buyer instead of a vendor, and I'm in this job, and we have 9 catalogs going on at the same time. So I'm a little bit overwhelmed, and I'm working on estimates, and I do this estimate for an account person, and I put the printing cost and the shipping cost and all this stuff in. I give it to her. She takes it to the client signs it, brings it back. I look at it again, and I went, oh shit. I forgot to put pre-press in there, and it was to the tune of about $50,000. I was like, put it back in, print out a new estimate, give it to her, take it to the client, and she's like, I was like, excuse me? You just take it back to your client, how many signs? She's like, no, my client signed this, that's your problem. Pam, I still hate Pam. I'm going to find her one of these days. She's like this tall. Oh my God. I didn't know you could actually say, this is how young I was, I didn't know you could actually say no to a coworker. I was in shock. I was like, so you don't actually help me solve this? So luckily, I reported to the only guy in the whole agency that didn't care about money, the CFO. So I knew this guy was going to find out like that. So I'm like, all right, here we go. I just walked right in his office, and I'm like, okay. So this is what happened. Here's this thing. We can do a couple of things. Okay, so I have one vendor who says they can give me the pre-press at cost, and that takes off maybe $15,000 of this. Okay, I have another vendor who said we can make payments on this, and he'll just stretch it out. And so maybe we pay him on the next few jobs. And then I have another vendor that he's actually interested in getting some design work done and a brochure done, and maybe we could trade him. So you go in quickly, you fess up to the mess up, and then you offer some solutions to solve it. You realize that the only way you get to prove your ability to solve a problem is by actually having a problem, as sucky as that is. Right? We got some crazy ass stuff going on at work right now, and I keep telling my girls, like, good, you should say thank you for that problem. Yes, we're going to thank the Lord that we have all these problems, because we're learning, right? We're learning how to get through them. And if everything was like unicorns and butterflies and we're skipping and holding hands at work, that's cool, but we wouldn't be learning anything. So the goal is, you want problems, you want to volunteer for the crappy client, the hard one. You want to volunteer for the complex project, right? In order to teach you. So own up to your mistakes.